The great advantage of being an artist is that you discover stuff about yourself that you didn't have a clue about. And I was born in Africa, in Cameroon. I have a precise memory of the sun going down on the landscape and the heat and the humidity.
Sorry, it doesn't seem to mean much now. Can't count on my fingers 'cause it's been too long now.
I'm currently based in Montpellier after just a bit over 10 years in New York City. I always told myself that the day that you're not surprised to be here, you should move out.
Baby, it's no good to play.
I think it's just only very recently that this thing about nature that makes you so small started really to make sense into my work in a literal way. How come I never painted flowers for what they are? It's the most basic subject for an artist throughout centuries. You look at the figures in my work, there's this character that comes along that is a skull in the way that the Mexican will relate to it as the vitality of life. You know, still lifes in painting are dealing with the same idea. It's about temporality. Most of my work were dealing with absurdity. Being an artist, I had to question certain issues. Nothing really moral is taking place, but it's just a way to how you handle things, you know.
It's hard to say now, but I never wanted to ruin anything. He just caught my eye and I knew I'd regret even walking by.
I have the most absurd upbringing. I have on my mother's side, my grandfather was into the military for the Vichy government, so the collaboration in Algeria, in Alger, in the secret services. But he would take all those informations and give it to the resistance. He was considered and granted a great resistant, helping the war to end from both the American and the English government. And on the other side, I have my other grandfather, the father of my father, on the Austrian side, was a Nazi and SS. I've never met him. Because everything I do is related to my own experience of the world, it had to come into play to not to justify anything or comment in a moral way, but just as to try to picture the world in the most honest way. With what happened a year ago with this worldwide situation, all those social issues somehow became secondary, you know? It's like the most elementary things must happen again. The sensation of breathing, of gliding. Those paintings are a way to bring something very elementary about the living.
I am all alone now. Smoke by my window, thinking it'll never come down. And I wish you would frown.
I was thinking again about the Rupert's drawings, you know, like what it meant just to put a hand on a wall and throw some dust over it and just have the print of your hand, just mark your presence in the world by doing this in just 1 second. I think those flower paintings and drawings are very, very close to that feeling. And physicality was always very important to me because it's that is the link also of my body into the world. So I have an immense pleasure about physicality, and that the fact that my body is immersed into an environment whereas it is water or nature or painting, it's very important that I feel that I'm a complete part of what I do, not just mentally and conceptually, but also physically. You know, you have to be extremely conscious about your surrounding and what's happening around you while you're swimming, both conscious and open to anything. Painting is a thing that you have to listen to, that you have to look at, but you have to listen to.
I'm going nowhere at all.
Sometimes in the studio, when those accidents happen, like those flowers or this strange temporality, you have the possibility of experiencing again the first time of a sensation, the sensation of a first time. And that is incredible. It doesn't matter if it's a flower or if it's a figure again. It's suddenly that I felt something new about myself and for my work.
I regret even walking by.